Hello everyone in Japan. I'm Brian Helgeland. Please enjoy 42, the true life story of legendary sports hero Jackie Robinson on Blu-ray and DVD. For me, the beginning of 42 was Mrs. Robinson had been trying to get the film made for many, many years, and she had been through different incarnations of different potential directors and different potential actors and different producers. And she really had been carrying the torch for the film for a long, long time. And she had reached a moment where she needed to find someone new to take over as far as a production company. And Legendary Pictures and Warner Brothers came in. And I was approached by the producer, Thomas Tull, to come up with a way to tell the story so that we could tell Mrs. Robinson how we were going to approach it and how we were going to do it, so that she would feel comfortable selling the rights to us to make the film. So in an odd sort of way, it's a labor of love for someone else's labor of love. It's obviously an inspiring story, and he's a heroic man and a great man, but it was her labor of love for many years. So if it was a marathon race, Mrs. Robinson carried the torch for 26 miles, and she gave it to me for the last 200 feet or so. But it was when I met her and talked to her and talked to some of the people that knew him back then, it was an inspiration for me and a challenge for me to try to not mess it up in a way, to pull it all off and do it properly, the way that they deserve to have it done. Yeah, I always thought that baseball was just the arena. Baseball was the world that he operated in. And baseball is also a great metaphor for life and for the country at the time. And so it just felt like that baseball was beside the fact. And what I was always, from almost the start when I started doing my own research, was that he had, in chemistry they would call him the catalyst. He doesn't change, but he makes everything around him change. And I thought that he had an incredible ability to make his teammates examine their own selves, because he doesn't need acceptance. He's not asking them to like him, to please accept me. He's showing up and doing what he knows how to do and performing at a very high level and carrying himself as a fine man. And his example makes the people around him examine their own selves, and some of them, if they feel that they come up short to him, they have to do something about themselves. And I thought that was his great, remarkable ability, was to not change, that he was a force, and he was what he was. He came fully formed, and they were the ones that were changed by him, which is a great movie character. It's all you want in a movie character, not to diminish it to movies, but so it was very impressive. On this April 15th marks the release of the film 42. It corresponds with Jackie Robinson Day in the United States, which is April 15th. So please go out and get it and relive his great moment that he had, and use that to learn more about him and what he stood for.
これは全球団共通の永久欠番になった一人の男の物語。
Jackie Robinson, a black man in white baseball. Can you imagine the reaction?
Think about the abuse that he's going to take.
Your enemy will be out in force, and you cannot meet him on his own low ground.
Ball players got to live together. It ain't fair to force them on us like this.
I don't care if they like me. I don't even care if they respect me. I do not want them to beat me.
You don't belong here, and you never will.
Why don't you look in the mirror? This is a white man's game.
You want a player who doesn't have the guts to fight back?
No, I want a player who's got the guts not to fight back.
You don't belong here.
Sit down, you goddamn disgrace. What the hell kind of man are you? Maybe tomorrow we'll all wear 42.
You give me a uniform, you give me a number on my back, and I'll give you the guts.
You a hero.
一つの背番号が何を変えたのか。42世界を変えた男。